Welcome back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups with your host, Jessica Littman, where we are breaking down big organizing concepts into small, bite-sized chunks you can do every day in your home for 5 to 15 minutes. This topic is one I deal with constantly, and that is procrastination. Oh, do you feel like you procrastinate on like all the things? Well, we're going to cover a couple of strategies you can try to overcoming your procrastination. So we are talking about procrastination specifically around organizing and decluttering and removing unwanted things from your house. Because we talk about organizing, but you can use this technique for like procrastination on all the things. So when it comes to procrastination, you know you want to organize. You know you need to organize. You know you need to do the task. But you just like have no motivation to actually do it. How do you go about overcoming this procrastination? Well, the first thing you do, you have to make a plan and you have to set a time and a date. Like super specific, put it in your calendar, write it down, tell somebody that will hold you accountable, all of those fun things that are just like, which can be tricky when you are in procrastination mode to do all of those things. So what I do is when it gets like super overwhelming and I'm like, okay, I have too many things, I'll write them down on like a Post-it note and close my eyes, spin a circle and point, and like that's the one I will do. Because when I kind of like make it into a game for myself, it works. So like, let's say you have 4 projects you want to do. Okay. You want to reorganize your pantry. You want to clean out your closet. You want to organize the laundry room, and you need to go through coats and jackets because you have too many like winter, summer jacket gear stuff in that closet's out of control. So those are your 4 things. You write them on Post-it notes, set them on 4 walls in a room where you can spin around. Close your eyes with your arm out, point, spin in a circle, and then wherever your hand lands on whichever wall, that is the project you're going to do. Then you can do the same thing for date and time. And then you don't have to pick a date and time. You're like making your body do this for you. And you're turning it into a game, which for me always helps kind of jumpstart that procrastination thing. I kind of got to trick myself into like doing the things. So then I write like 4 dates or 4 times on Post-it notes, stick them on a wall, spin around, and whatever it is, like, okay, it's decided this is what I'm doing on this date and this time. And then you have to do the task. The starting is always the hardest thing. So I also like to give myself a reward for when I'm done. And this reward could be something silly like a piece of chocolate. It could be like scrolling my phone, maybe my favorite meal, like whatever it is, I set that reward for myself. So I know like, okay, once I get this done, I can have some sort of reward for myself in order to motivate myself when it comes to procrastination on a specific task. Also, I make sure that I am really specific about what done looks like. So what that means is like when I say I am completed with a task, then that means it looks like, X, Y, or Z. I cleared out this many clothes, or I, went through an entire row or drawer or pantry or like whatever it is. I'm very specific on what completed looks like, so it doesn't drag on. Like I'm not like, oh, well, I have to do all of these different steps. If I don't like label the pantry, that's okay. If I don't donate all of this stuff, that's okay. Like my done looks very specific, so I can stop and like it will actually be done instead of this hanging like all of the things that need to go and that usually hang over your head and you're like super overwhelmed by it. So the goal is to just have it be done once you have that end goal in mind. And then the like biggest thing that I found that also helps with procrastination is to tell somebody, have somebody hold you accountable. Could be family member, kids, friends, people on the internet, like somebody to hold you accountable to completing that particular task. And when you do that, it really just helps clear up everything when it comes to actually organizing and getting the task completed, because people then expect that of you. So if you put all of these different kind of things on yourself and you find yourself motivated by those type of things, then using these strategies to overcome procrastination can definitely be a strategy that you try. So let me know in the comments below if these strategies have worked for you, or if there are any other strategies that have worked for you in the past. I'll see you in the next one.